Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we have just gotten a new Sonic Frontiers trailer today with the Nintendo Direct, and we got to see all kinds of new information as well as seeing our first look at the cyberspace levels. And it's safe to say that there's some good things and some bad things about this. We're gonna get into all of this today, so if you like the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell for post notifications on. Anyways, let's get into analyzing this trailer. Alright, so first things first, I really wanted to point this out because I didn't even realize this until I was done watching the trailer, but it looks like this is running on Switch hardware. Like the footage we are seeing right here, this is on Nintendo Switch. And you know, for being on Nintendo Switch, it doesn't look half bad. I mean, sure, the textures kind of suck and the grass poppin' looks kind of ugly, but you know, for a Switch port, this is actually pretty baller. Now, again, this is not perfect, and graphically it doesn't look great, but it kind of reminds me of Breath of the Wild on Switch and how it looks pretty good for a Switch game despite being a massive open world. I mean, sure, the frame rate might not be as good on Breath of the Wild, but it's impressive that they got that thing running on Nintendo Switch. And I feel like we're gonna have a similar scenario with Sonic Frontiers where it'll have a pretty bad frame rate, but it's going to be beautiful, and somehow they're going to get this thing playable on Switch, and that is wild. Sonic Team, if you are able to do this, congratulations, man. You would never think that Sonic Team, out of all developers, would be one of the only ones to actually optimize their third-party game for Switch. It usually never happens. Usually they just ship it out and the third-party game kind of sucks on Switch. But you know what? Thank you, Sonic Team, for going for the extra efforts. If it looks like this on release. Of course, anything could change. The Switch port can be complete garbage on release, but judging from how this looks right now, looks pretty good in my opinion. Alright, so this next trailer explains all the stuff that we already know, such as Sonic being able to chain combos together and kill enemies, things like that. But there's something I want to point out. Something very small, but very awesome. If you listen closely to the background music, it sounds like fire. That is a certified W. That track sounds awesome. It has a little bit of heavy metal with a theme of cybernetic stuff going on there. It sounds so good, and I can't wait to hear this in game because, man, I thought this was gonna be like the Forces soundtrack or Sonic Colors Ultimate soundtrack where they just slap a really bad synth on every track, but maybe it's different for Sonic Frontiers. I hope so, at least. But I enjoy this soundtrack for more than just music's sake, because it tells me that Sonic Frontiers isn't going to be this mysterious game that nobody knows anything about and that you have to figure out for yourself, like how all of the developers are framing this game to be. It looks like it's not just gonna be all piano music and peacefulness. It looks like we're gonna have some action in this game, and that's what I want. I don't want a peaceful Sonic game. I want a Sonic game with a lot of action and destroying stuff and killing things and heavy metal. My point is that I like my Sonic games with a lot of action. I'm fine if there's a peaceful set piece and whatnot, but we need to keep that to a minimum. I want to destroy stuff in my Sonic game, and it looks like Sonic Frontiers is going to have a lot of that instead of this piano explore type game, which I really am not digging. But anyways, let's get to the cyberspace levels, because that sounds cool. Alright, so next we see Sonic walk up to this throne with a portal on top. It looks so cool, dude. I love the aesthetic of the ancient ruins in this game. I love it. Anyways, he walks up to this throne and he enters the cyberspace levels. Whoa! So we only get to see a little bit of the cyberspace, but from what we see, it looks kind of good, but also kind of bad. We got to get into all of that. Alright, so first things first, we get to see Sonic on this highway type level, and it looks very realistic. But it also looks really good. You see, I can understand why people think the open world looks a little too realistic for Sonic and looks kinda bad, but in my opinion, I think that's normal for Sonic, and especially seeing it in a stage with realistic graphics like the highway here, it looks much more fitting for Sonic because you have the wild level design of the loop-de-loops and the weird terrain going on with the roads. I like that. It's kind of like what I was talking about in my previous video about the art style of Sonic Frontiers. They're kind of taking the realistic art style and exaggerating it in these cyberspace levels. And you can see that with this highway level. It's still realistic, but the way they use the level design here, it makes it look exaggerated and a lot more fun, and for some people's case, look a lot more like a Sonic game. As you know, I don't really mind the realistic art style being in the stage, but there's another aesthetic in this level that I really like, and it's the backgrounds of this level. If you look in the background of the level, you will see this like cybernetic space. It's a cyberspace. Like, it looks so good. And honestly, the theory that Sonic is reliving his memories might actually be true, because it looks like, you know, the cyberspace is trying to relive his memories. But before we move on to the next level they show, I want to talk about this level design for a minute, because it's alright. It gets the job done from what we see so far. We don't get to see much of the cyberspace level design because this teaser is pretty short, but from what we get to see of this highway stage, the level design is kind of interesting. So the only thing we can really see from this level design is Sonic running down a straight path that leads to this little bit of level design where there's hoops to jump through and balloons to pop, and this level design is definitely a step up from Sonic Forces, but I feel like the developers are getting the wrong messages from the criticism of Sonic Forces. So if we slow it down here, we can see Sonic running up a ramp and jumping on a spring, and it's nice to have all of these different ways to continue through the level, but what I really don't like is how they so quickly lead back to the same path. And that was a problem that Sonic Forces had to a much greater degree, but it looks like Sonic Frontiers is trying to hide it. And I don't like that, because you can throw this level design here and say that they are alternate pathways, but if these alternate pathways all lead to the main path so quickly, then what's even the point of taking an alternate pathway? It turns into Sonic Forces at that point. Sonic Forces' alternate paths were either very bland or just very short and didn't even lead to much, and it looks like Sonic Frontiers is going to have a similar issue, but to a lesser degree. I'm gonna be real, judging from the level design right here, it looks like no matter where Sonic goes, he's going to end up on the main path within 3 seconds, and I don't really like that. I like how in Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Generations, they had alternate pathways that, yes, did lead back to the main path, but it ultimately took a lot of skill to get to those pathways, and in the end, it resulted in you completing the level a lot faster. But right here, it just doesn't look like it's going to be able to do that. And I already know what people are going to say about this. Yes, it could be just a starting level, and yes, I am picking apart just one section of a level, but I feel like this level design is telling of what we're going to see in the rest of the game. And this is an issue we ran into with Sonic Forces, where we saw the straight line, and we just said maybe it gets better, maybe it's just a starting level. It wasn't. I'm not saying that these levels are going to be designed badly, but I am saying that there is a good chance that they might be. Assuming these levels are going to be great is just as bad as me assuming these levels are going to be bad. So why don't we just refrain from giving opinions and just give our skepticism so that when the game releases, that we can give proper critiques to Sonic Frontiers. Does that sound good? Do we have to argue optimism, pessimism? I hope not. Oh, but that doesn't matter. Let's get into the next level, which is a doozy, let me tell you. Green Hill Zone. Yeah, we got Green Hill Zone in another Sonic game. Again, after Sonic Generations, Sonic Lost World, Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania, and now it's in Sonic Frontiers. Again, we got Green Hill Zone again. So I'm going to assume that this is going to be the most controversial part of this trailer, and I can see why. They're bringing back Green Hill Zone again, and I thought that they would just get rid of it after all of the criticism they got from Sonic Forces, but no, it's right here, clear as day. Green Hill Zone is in Sonic Frontiers. That is unfortunate, my guy. I just want new level environments. I don't want old environments. I don't even want old environments from games like Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Adventure. I want a fully new Sonic game. And sure, it's Sonic reliving his memories, but that honestly sounds like an excuse to reuse assets. Look, it's not the biggest deal in the world. It's not a deal breaker by any means. I will still play the game, and if Green Hill's level design is fantastic, then I'll probably enjoy the level a lot. But we gotta stop this, man. In the next game, please do not bring back Green Hill Zone. Do not bring back any levels. I don't want to see any level from any Sonic game ever. I want to see new imagined levels. Something that was oddly refreshing about replaying Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Colors was that I was playing games that Sonic Team built from the ground up, like new level environments, new gameplay, all of that, and that felt so good. Like, I want a Sonic game like Sonic Colors or Sonic Unleashed again, where it's all new. I don't want this old stuff anymore. I want a new Sonic game, man. Hopefully, Sonic Frontiers has more new than old, because as we can see from the open world, that looks pretty new, and this highway level also looks pretty new. Although it might be Skyscraper Scamper with a realistic art style, I don't know. But either way, I am so tired of seeing Green Hill. I want new level aesthetics. I want a new Sonic game built from the ground up, like Colors and Unleashed. Will that happen? I don't know. And honestly, I am not prepared for the battle this community is going to have for the next couple months based on whether or not bringing back Green Hill Zone was a good thing or not. I already know how the debate's gonna go. Yes, Green Hill is just a level aesthetic, but that matters. Level aesthetics and environment aesthetics matter. That is what's supposed to shape the atmosphere of your game. For example, Planet Wisp from Sonic Colors. That stage has such an amazing atmosphere and environment. It's peaceful, but it's also been destroyed and taken over by Dr. Robotnik. Like, that is such a cool setting for a Sonic game, and I love it. It's new and it's memorable. I will remember Planet Wisp probably for the rest of my life, bro. Like, that stage is great. With Sonic Frontiers, we just have Green Hill Zone again. And I don't feel like Green Hill Zone's going to make a distinct memory in our minds. It's just another reuse of Green Hill Zone. That's all it is. And judging from the level design, it looks like Sonic Forces, but a little bit better. I mean, obviously you can move left and right, which is a great upgrade, and it probably has moments of level design like how the previous stage had, but this still doesn't look too intricate. Like, it's just 3 enemies to homing attack, and then you go up the mountain and go through the loop-de-loop. Yeah, the level probably has a lot more to do in it, but I'm not going to confirm that. And that's the thing. I don't want to assume this level is bad, and I don't want to assume that this level is good. From what I see, it doesn't look the greatest, but who knows, maybe it'll blow my mind away when I actually play this game. Thankfully, the Cyberspace levels look to be like really short levels that Sonic just runs through for a key. And honestly, if that's the case, I guess I won't mind it too much. The open world is actually looking better than the Cyberspace levels for me, which I never thought that would be the case. I thought the Cyberspace levels would look a lot better to me, but here we are, man. Sonic Frontiers has been a roller coaster. Alright, so the final thing we get to see in this trailer is this nice, beautiful looking CGI cutscene where Sonic like falls back and then he looks up and there's this giant Goliath bird-like boss. I really like this. The CGI looks amazing. The enemy design I think looks great. I know some other people don't like it, but I think it looks great. This cutscene was pretty fire. I just hope we get to see cutscenes like this within the game because I really miss CGI cutscenes being in Sonic games, so I hope we get to see some of this when we actually play Sonic Frontiers. I'm going to hope for it, but again, I'm not going to assume that the game has it. But with that said, I really like that cutscene, and that was pretty much the whole trailer. My thoughts right now are that I don't really have much thoughts. I don't like the reuse of level aesthetics, but then again, maybe the level design upon release will help compensate for the reuse of level aesthetics. But other than that, I don't know. We haven't seen enough of Cyberspace to give my full thoughts on it, so I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad. We're gonna have to wait for more trailers. And Sega, I am ready for a full-on Sonic Frontiers trailer where it shows everything from cyberspace, open world combat, all that with a release date because, man, we're approaching July and we still have not gotten a full trailer of Sonic Frontiers, which that is very odd, and we still have not gotten a release date. Like, we need these things, so hopefully we get a trailer for that very soon. Anyways, if you guys liked the video, make sure to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, and hit that bell for post notifications on if you want to see my future Sonic content. Anyways, I love you guys. I will see you soon. Adios. My channel members are Boysco, Orion Pax, Nix, Ethan K78, Johnny on Rings, Epic Gaming with George, Sonic Man 715, Storm, Archer XYZ, Sonic Up, Autonomous One Ride, Chip Chip Chop, Escape, Sonic Pip, The Squidcar Nerd, Super Jax, Boom, Sonic Extreme, and Super Saiyan Sonic. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to click one of the in-card screen videos right here. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.